A new product in the Auto 3P horizon is the AutoSense. Vehicle informations, which is a usage-based insurance, also known as pay-as-you-drive, is a type of vehicle insurance whereby the cost of the insurance are dependent in the usage of the car owner and by its style of driving. We are now logged in as a fleet company, which is the owner of the car. If we would like to see the usage of our cars in terms of the policy costs of the insurance, we can go either from the dashboard in this icon, vehicle information, or from the menu, vehicles, into the AutoSense main screen. Here we will have the list of all of our cars. If we click on the search button, the cars owned by the fleet, and we can go inside each and one of these cars to see the exact details and the rank or the score for the usage-based insurance. On this main screen we can see the usage. On this tab, the driving details about type of roads or time in the day, and the driving style. We can see the events, typical events of the driver, which can be trips or some other events. We can see the location by the GPS, the current location or location that was in the past time, and we can manage our expenses for each car in terms of fuels or services or other expenses. Let's go and see one of the examples. We can take this car. If we click on this record of the Toyota Corolla 2008, we can make our choice from the textual menu over here, contextual menu, and choose whatever we would like to see now. Let's go, for example, to the driving. If I'm getting inside this screen, I will get the option to search for the periods of time I would like to look on the usage or the driving details. I can look on the periods by days, by weeks, by months or years, and we can take the period that we would like to examine. For example, only today, yesterday, last 3 days, etc. We can go like this on 12 months of the year. Let's take, for example, the period of days in this current week. We click on the search and we get a list of all the drivings that this car, this specific car, has done in this week. If I'm clicking on one of these details, for example on the driving that he made today, I can go inside and see all the detailed reports by its usage. First of all, we will see here the rank. The driving rank is the score that the system gives to the owner of the car about its driving in comparison to the average driving style and driving behavior of all the other drive in the system. Of course, we will have all the details, the registration code, the type of the car. We see the start of the kilometer odometer. Over here we have some details that comes from the accelerometer of the GPS device, which is over speeds, harsh braking, harsh acceleration, harsh cornering, and accidents. And in this section of the screen we will see the usage itself of the car in this driving, measured by distance, kilometer, or by time, and divided. We can see the period total, which is in this case, in this driving, 75 kilometers for 1.5 hours, and we can see it divided by a highway driving, rural and road driving, urban road, morning driving, night driving, and weekend. Over here in this right side of the screen, you will see several graphs which can demonstrate or illustrate, in this case, the driving style of this vehicle, of this driving, according and in comparison to other drivers or other cars that are measured in the system. For example, we can see that in terms of braking, this car on this specific driving in the 13th was less than the average, and in terms of acceleration or cornering also. We have some more graphs over here which can see or give us some more information. For example, we can see the daytime by the driving distance, which is the division of how it's divided inside this driving. Morning driving of 71%, night driving, and other, which is not night or not morning, and we can see the quantity. Same thing we can do also to compare for the daytime with the average of all this car measured in the system. And like this you have several graphs, also the road types, driving distance, how it's divided by the urban road, highway, and rural, and the comparison, of course, with all the system. All that parameters of the driving style and the usage of the car, especially the kilometer, are going to give us the total rank for this driving. In this case, you can see 97.2. This is the score for this specific driving, which means that this driver was an average. This driving was an average driving. 100 is the average usage. If it's above 100, it means it's above the average, and it means that by the terms of costs of the policy, it will cost more. If it was less than 100, it means that the cost of the average, the cost of the policy would be less. That can give us some bonuses or malus according to the driving and the usage of this vehicle. We can go next to the next driving, means the driving of the 12th, and see a different rank. In this case it's 115. And we can go even further and see another driving. If we would like to see a period, a score of a period of driving, we can go and take it by a different search. For the last 12 months, I can look in a period of a year and I can see the exact score of these 12 months. In this case we have also 2012. Let's see this one, and we see one score which are calculated for all of the drivings that this vehicle has done in 2012, and the rank or the score would be 117. It means that this vehicle is driving and the usage is more than the average, and it means that by the terms of costs of the policy it will pay more than what it should be from the average. And this is how the insurance company can calculate and then charge this specific customer. Other information that we can gain from the AutoSense and the telematics system is the information about the events of the driver, of the driving. Events usually would be the trips themselves, but it could be also some accidents or some other violations like alarms that was in the vehicle. Let's go and see the current month trips information. In this case, I would get a list of all the trips in this month. We can look at one of these trips, for example, to get inside, and we will see all the details about this trip and also the division by an urban road, night driving, day driving, etc. Now, in this case, this trip has started on this hour, in this location, and end on this location at this hour. In between, you can see the division that this place, this location, it was an urban road driving. This location was night driving. On this location was highway driving, and another time the urban road driving. If I would click on one of these icons, for example, I could see also the video of this trip, and you can see how it goes on the map. I can zoom in, of course, to see it bigger, and I can see all the details of this trip. If I would like to see only the night driving, I could see the same. I can click on this event and see the period and the time and the distance, which was the night driving. If I would like to see the highway driving, I would see only the place where it was highway driving. If I would like to have more information about this highway driving, I can click on the link over here, and this will take me into this specific event. On this road, which was the highway. I can go back, and I can go next, further on, to see more drivings. Like that, I can gain a lot of information about the driver and the driving of this vehicle. For example, if I would like to see his driving style, I could see also, in this case, the harsh cornering, or in another situation, also harsh braking, etc. We can also see the location, the current location of our cars. If we go back to the main screen and we go to the location, the tab, we can see the specific vehicle, in this case this one, vehicle current location. I will search on this button, and I can get here the exact location of this vehicle as it's for now. If I would like to see in a period where it was yesterday or 3 days before, I can look on a different period and see all the locations that this vehicle was in these 3 days. If I would like to see all my fleet, I can of course do that also. In this case, I will go back to the main screen where all my cars exist, and I would make this search of the location, current location, for all my cars without any specific car. I will search, and now I can see all the fleet where its current location for each car. Okay. More information, more of this service we can have over here in the expenses. Under the expenses, I would take the same example on the same vehicle that we were before, and we'll take the expenses tab, and here we can manage our expenses for this specific car. For example, it could be a vehicle repair and all its details. It can be a license renewal for the vehicle, and also insurance payment. So this is the tool for the fleet owner or the owner of the car to manage its costs and its expenses. It's important to underline that this information is only for the car owner or the fleet owner which own the cars. It means that all the information about the driving, about the location, is a private information of the owner of the car. Like here with the desktop, with the Horizon system, we can also see this information using the mobile application, the AutoSense mobile application. For the insurance company, it will be only the information that is relevant for the calculation of the premium and the cost that needed to be charged. Now I'm logged in as an insurance company. The insurance company which uses the UBI or usage-based insurance, the AutoSense service, will have this icon over here in the menu, which is the insurance AutoSense. When clicking on this button, it will give us the main screen, on the management screen of this service. Over here, the vehicle list, you will see all the vehicles that are insured with this specific usage-based insurance. You will have more tabs like the driving that will calculate and measure the driving usage and the driving style of the driver of the vehicle, and events, which are only the events that are relevant for insurance company, like some violation, stolen car, or more important and most important, the accident's location and all its details. Let's see an example now from the side of the insurance company. We will take one of the cars, same example as we did before, and we go to see its details now. Over here, of course, we will see all the details of the car. We will have the vehicle ID, we will have all the properties of this model as it's defined in the system. If I will go to the driving tab, I can make the search to see the rank for a period of time for the driving by its usage. Let's take it by years for last year. Means all the driving calculation by its usage for this specific car for 2012. Clicking on this record, I will see the total calculation for the usage of this car. It means, first of all, I have the driving rank. Again, this is the rank or the score that is calculating by the formula for all the driving usage, for all the driving style. Usually, the most important parameter will be the kilometer. And here we can see all its driving style and the division of the distance and time of the driving. We can use the graphs in order to see again all the different views for this driving. This is a road type comparison by driving time, for example. This is a division between weekend or other driving. And we can look and see all the information here. Another thing that we can look on is the events that are relevant for the insurance company. If I go to this tab, the events, in the events tab I would look for the period of 12 months, for example, for all the insurance events. In this case, I would get only the insurance events or the events that are relevant for the company, like alarm activated or external power cutoff, which can be a stolen car, or accidents. If I click on the accident, I will get the details of this event and its location. This is how we can manage all the events that are in the period of the insured car, insured vehicle. To manage the policy, we would have another tool. In this case, it would be in the workspace. Here we would see a new service, which is insurance, where we can manage our policy for each and one of the cars that are doing or using the AutoSense service and the usage-based insurance. We take as an example one of the policies, and in this case we would have all the details that are relevant for the policy number, the type of the coverage, the vehicle, the owner, the insurance company, the agency if there are any, etc. And of course the date of the insurance. We can go next and see the terms of this insurance. In this case, we have a driving distance limit. We have insurance vehicle value with its premium rate and excess. All these details are going inside the Horizon system and the AutoSense service in order to charge at the end the policy of this insured car by these terms. All this can be managed within the workspace menu with the insurance policies tool.